Hi, I'm Ali, an indie game developer and musician. Welcome to this video. Today, I want to talk about art and the courage to share. So, the reason I chose this topic is because this is something that uh, I've dealt with a lot, and it's also something that I'm really dealing with to a great extent these days. So consider this: you create something, um, whether that be a piece of music, painting, video game, short film, a poem, and um, you're done with it basically, and you were thinking about publishing it and sharing it with the world. But the problem is that in that piece of art that you have created, you have included one or few things that you are very unsure about, meaning that you're not sure uh, whether to, cut them or, include them at all in the final thing. And sometimes even cutting them doesn't work because if if they are a central part of that piece, or uh, if they're part or the subject of that piece, it's really hard to think about it. It's basically impossible. You either have to deal with it or just uh, keep that thing to yourself. And just to be specific about what I mean by one or several things that you're unsure about, uh, I mostly mean, sensitive topics or, uh, things that are very personal to you. I mostly mean these things. And it's not really rare to have those things in a piece of art, especially the personal stuff. But the line is really invisible. It's really hard to know whether something is too personal or, it's a bit personal. It's really subjective to you as a creator. So it's really hard. So you might ask yourself, then what's the solution? Uh, so for the most part, I always thought that you just have to share whatever you have. So, for example, if you have that thing, you created it, so you have to share it. Especially now that you have put all this effort, you don't want to waste all of that. And this kind of goes back to a belief I have about this, which is basically, if you create something and don't publish it, it kind of doesn't exist, in the sense that others can't really experience it. So, in a way, it doesn't exist. And obviously, this doesn't apply to things that you created uh, just for yourself. I specifically mean things that you wanted to share. But also sometimes you may create something and then realize that it would be great to share it. So that's not uncommon either. Because of that uh, belief that you kind of have to share it in order to avoid uh, wasting it, and also to overcome that perfectionism that a lot of people have. I always thought that it's a good idea to um, share it. But these days, I'm realizing that you really don't have to do that. You don't have to uh, force yourself to release something. I'm realizing that some things that you create are not worth sharing. Some things that you create are too personal sometimes that it might not be a good idea to share them. It's really subjective. I'm just talking about myself. It can be wrong. It's very subjective. Basically, I'm realizing that you don't have to share everything you create. But I think I'm kind of getting drowned in that idea because I kind of don't want to share anything anymore because I'm really afraid it's made me very conservative in the sense that I don't really want to put this stuff out there. I think this is obviously not good for a creator or artist. So most things in life, it's about creating that balance, which is not easy to do. A solution that I found is that you can really think about what you are creating or you have created, and deeply think about all the possible consequences, or especially the undesirable consequences, and then decide that whether you really want to do it or not. But I think it's a good way for creating that balance, and also making sure that you don't get in the cycle that I call the cycle of publishing and deleting, which was the topic of the first video of this series. I'll link it up there if you haven't watched it. But for the most part, I think it's good to keep that piece of art to yourself and not delete it. So I think that's a very important thing. For the most part, that really works. Unless you really dislike it, you can compare to your next work and get better over time. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.